Once upon a time, at Manor Farm run by Mr. Jones, life for the animals was nothing but work and obedience. Hunger, exploitation, and beatings were ordinary parts of daily life. That is, until one night the old and wise pig Major gave a speech. Major showed the animals the truth. Man was the source of all evil, and a revolution was inevitable for the animals' liberation. These ideas spread like a spark among the animals even after Major's death. The thought of revolution blossomed amid hunger and oppression. Finally, one day when Mr. Jones forgot to feed them enough, the uprising broke out. The farm animals came together, drove Jones out, and gave the farm a new name: Animal Farm. The farm now belonged to the animals. The pigs took leadership thanks to their intelligence. Snowball and Napoleon became the revolution's leaders. A new system was founded: animalism. All animals were equal, and everything that used to belong to humans was now for the animals. The pigs wrote 7 basic principles on the barn wall. These principles were founded on justice, equality, and solidarity. The simplest and the summary was: 4 legs good, 2 legs bad. In the early days, hope was high. Working together, the animals plowed, harvested, and for the first time fully rewarded their labor. Over time, the pigs started living more privileged lives than the other animals. The milk and apples were reserved for them. Napoleon began to oppose Snowball's projects. In particular, the windmill idea, which was supposed to make the farm more productive, led to a sharp conflict between the two leaders. In the end, Napoleon used his loyal dogs to drive Snowball out of the farm. Now, there was only one leader. Snowball's name gradually became synonymous with betrayal. Even the windmill was depicted as his sabotage. In reality, it was just an excuse Napoleon used to strengthen his power. In the new order, fear became a much stronger tool than loyalty. Napoleon's dogs mercilessly punished dissenters. Animals who confessed were executed instantly. Thus, the farm fell under the shadow of the very despotism they had once opposed. The pigs began to act ever more like humans. The other animals struggled to understand and remember what was happening. The 7 commandments were secretly changed at night. The principle, "No animal shall be superior to others," was turned into, "Some animals are more equal than others." Boxer, the hardest working horse on the farm, lived by one rule: Napoleon is always right. But he was tired and injured. As he dreamed of retirement, one morning he was loaded onto the butcher's van. The pigs had said he would receive special care. The truth was bitter. The revolution was now devouring its own workers. After this event, hope vanished from the farm. The windmill was built, destroyed, and rebuilt many times. But the lives of the animals remained the same: hunger, exhaustion, fear. As years passed, the divide on the farm grew deeper. The pigs began walking, talking, and dressing like humans. They traded with humans and played cards. Napoleon and the other pigs declared friendship with human farmers. The farm's name became Manor Farm again. In the final scene, the animals looked through the window and could no longer tell them apart inside. Were they pigs? Were they humans? Their faces were the same now. The revolution was complete, and the cycle had started anew. Squealer, Napoleon's loyal spokesperson, managed to twist words to present every disaster as a success. History was rewritten, rules were changed, faults were blamed on enemies. Truth was shaped solely by the narrative of the powerful. This was Orwell's harsh critique of the propaganda mechanisms of totalitarian regimes. Language became the greatest weapon, and this weapon took hold of the people's memory. The animals no longer questioned anything. They forgot the past, could not grasp the present, and could no longer imagine the future. Animal Farm is not just the story of a farm. It is a metaphor for how power corrupts, how the promise of equality turns into discrimination, and why revolutions end up eating their own children. With this work, Orwell not only targeted the Soviet Revolution, but all authoritarian systems. The animals of the farm had broken their own chains, but over time, new chains became more invisible and heavier. In the end, the tyrants had changed, but tyranny remained. Animal Farm is a novel of a silent scream and forgotten ideals. Orwell's warning is clear. Every revolution must keep its light before it succumbs to its own darkness. If you enjoyed this story, please don't forget to like my video, subscribe to my channel, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. I look forward to reading your opinions.